Hi everyone, this is Leslie with PrayNite for your weekly tarot card forecast. And this week I will be starting with a general reading, and then I will clarify that reading for each of the zodiac signs. So why wait any longer? Let's begin. All right, so I'm going to start off with pulling a soul card. And this is just to get the reading going and figure out what the theme is, and it acts as almost like a catalyst for the reading so that we know where we need to focus for this coming week. And these soul cards don't have any traditional meaning like the general tarot does, so it's up for your imagination to really tap into your own intuition. And that's what I'm hoping with all of my videos, is that you start to really tap into your own intuition and figure out where the best place you need to go. All right, so let's begin here. I'm just centering the energy. This is the card. Oh wow, this is fantastic. And I say fantastic because it's one step further for you actually identifying all the different pieces that are going on, playing out in your mind. And take a look at this card and really see how it resonates for you. But to me, this is all about all the information. And I feel like for the last 3 weeks of doing these videos, there is a common theme about our thinking and thought process of all the information that we're gathering, whether it's from people, places, things we're reading. And it's really guiding me to say that it's almost like there's too much information out there. Not that that hasn't always been the case. There's always been a lot of information, but I feel like in this past year, it's almost as if it's taken the information to the next level, because so many people are virtual and so many people are relying on things through their phone and their internet versus community gatherings in person. And I think it makes a difference, just like how we listen to a text or an email. We receive that message differently from when we're speaking directly to another person face to face. We're missing some of the body language, we're missing some of the underlying cues, and I think that's what's so confusing with all the information going on. So in this card, in feeling the energy, it's almost like people are trying to tune out that information and center, and really try to decipher what it is that's really important to them. And I have been feeling that collectively as I go through my days, that people are starting to really dive down into what really is important, and we do have to proceed in that manner for sanity, peace of mind, etc., etc. All right, so I'm going to use the Mary L. Tarot. This has worked really well. I'm really enjoying this deck, using it. And hopefully for you it'll be the same. So pay attention to this general reading, because then after this reading I will clarify how this applies to each of the zodiac signs if you need something more personalized. All right, so we're going to start off, and this card wants to come out right away is the Five of Discs. And I pulled this last week in a different location, but I feel like right away starting off the reading with this deck it's right next to this soul card I just pulled, tells me that we shouldn't be judging what we have or what we do based on all the information we're receiving. Now, this has been, I don't know, I feel like it's been going on for a while, that, you know, the internet has done that to us. Social media has done that to us, where we're looking at everybody's pages and things that are going on as comparing it to what we can offer. And I feel that's a misbelief. And if you notice this card with the man pointing to his chest, and you see that beautiful landscape picture right there. It's indicating that we each have our own gifts, and we have to be able to see those gifts that we offer in whatever way that is. And it's not to compare or to listen to other people's opinions or different things that they have. It's just moving forward in what feels right to you. So it's interesting how this is becoming a theme since I started doing these readings back on YouTube after taking a long needed break. All right, so let's continue on. Okay, so the next card I have is the Strength card. So this is great because it shows me that we all have the strength to move forward in finding that true gift that each of us are able to offer in the world. And, you know, I feel like I'm getting the feeling here from the energy I'm pulling that some of you out there, and this again is a general reading, so it will not apply to everyone, but there are some people out there who are hoping that they have the strength to move forward at this point in time. It's almost like this feeling of, should I be giving up at this point? What is there left for me to do? That's what I'm feeling right now, is what is there left for me to do? I have all of these voices in my head, going back to the Soul card. I want to find what's true for me. What is that? And do I have the strength to move forward in that direction? And the answer is yes, you do. And I look at this Strength card the way Marielle Tarot signifies it, as that it's that higher belief. It's whatever resonates with you, whether it's prayer, meditation, tuning into within, going out into the wilderness, going for walks alone, going by the lake, going by a river, listening to music, taking a bath, whatever that is for you to help you center. Essential oils. Is there one that resonates and relaxes you? Is it the scent of lavender that just truly relaxes you and helps guide you in that space as you're trying to figure out that you can move forward? And all of these things that you might have thought, you know, I just don't know what to believe anymore, and I just don't know if I even have the perseverance I'm feeling, the perseverance to move forward. And you have the strength and perseverance, but you need to really tap in. And I've said this on, I think, all of my readings so far this year, is that I'm feeling that it is the questioning of what's left. You know, what do I have left? What does it matter anymore? Okay, so no, these aren't the cards. No, that's not even it. I'm feeling very frenetic right now in the energies with the cards, and so I don't know if some of you who are watching this video specifically have anxiety issues or are very confused about something, and because I'm feeling that. Okay, the next card is the Moon. So the Moon has different meanings, and sitting next to this Strength is, you know, uncovering emotions, but I'm also uncovering things that you may not see, or it may not be to the superficial vision of what we can see. So when we read things or hear things, the Moon is saying you need to look deeper. Also to look deeper into our own emotions, to find out what that is. And I feel like some things may come out into the open that haven't been. Just as you're giving up and trying to find strength, there will be something that uncovers itself that will give you relief in knowing that, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I get that. But you have to do the inner work and center yourself. Again, I've been saying this for the past few readings I've been doing because I'm feeling that there is an off-center here. So center yourself, and then something will appear that it didn't appear before, but now you can see it clearly, and it will help guide you. And also to guide you to believe that don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. 2 cards, and they won them both here, like that. So we've got the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Swords, and they came out like literally together. So I have to read them. I feel like I need to read these together. And for this, I feel like, again, I think the 6 of Cups came up before. But in this reading, I'm getting it a little bit different, because I feel like there's this investigation into information here for you. And especially with this Soul card that came up with all of the information that we're receiving and that we're holding on to try to figure out, okay, this piece makes sense, this doesn't make sense. How do I fit in? Is it even worth it for me to move forward to this next step, whatever that is for you? Here it's all about information and finding out that the information that you uncover here from this moon is going to help guide you. So you may be, and this can be very, when I say information, this can, in your everyday life, this could almost be, talking about a research project that you're doing, that you need to uncover some information. So, I talk on a broad level for these things, and I hope it's clear to you, because I'm doing that on purpose because this is a general reading and I really don't want to get in deep, but I do want to give you some examples to help guide you if it is too broad for you to narrow down, because I'm feeling that now. Someone needs clarity as far as the information I'm giving. So think about it as not having the information you need. You may have to do a research project, or you might have to look back into your past for something. Some of you may be looking into genealogy, trying to figure out where you come from. I'm feeling that type of thing happen. Maybe go deeper into your family bloodlines to see where you fit in your family. And I'm just picking up now that maybe some of you have found information through one of these programs on where there's a piece of knowledge that you didn't know on where you came from. Something has come up for you. If it is something that you're trying to accomplish in your life, this is where you are the owner of what resonates with your heart. And I've said that a million times, and I'll continue to say it, because there is something that speaks to individuality on each of us, and it's like snowflakes. I look at, people as snowflakes, and everybody has their own take. And I think there's so much around people comparing to others, and I think people are starting to be aware of that. That's not going to make sense any longer for people. So I encourage that, because everybody has a gift, and I truly believe that. But for you, it's uncovering a truth that's buried in some information connected to the past. So maybe it's something to do with history or something, I keep seeing like an old-fashioned newspaper, and it's almost like somebody's looking at history or things that have happened in the past to get information to help uncover this, which helps people move forward. So this card definitely won't let go, and that's the 10 of Wands. And that's funny because when I said it won't let go, I feel that the 10 of Wands is almost like that. Like I'm ending something. 10 of Wands it's like the responsibility that you have to find this information, and you're not going to let go until you do. So for some of you who are, maybe there's a reporter, somebody looking for information, school research project, it's almost like you're not going to let go until you get this information to help you uncover something, to help you move forward. If you're just reading articles after articles, trying to uncover something that clicks together, because I'm also seeing like a puzzle piece. Somebody may be doing some kind of a project, putting information together. And I think this came up for me in one of the other readings, like a quilting. I don't know, I feel like somebody's building something or putting something together. But you need the information to help you do that, and you're not going to be able to do it properly unless you get all the information, because there's something happening that you're unaware of. Now, if this is in your general love life or work life, there could be maybe information within the company that hasn't been brought out to you yet, so you need to talk to people or research, look at old emails, because it's something to do with the past, like there's a clue in the past. And if it's your love life, there's some information that you are unsure of, and you might have gotten some news of something you weren't aware of, whether it's, because it's tied to the past. It might be an old love, it might be trying to figure out what happened in the past that makes this person the way they are, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm clarifying for the people who need more information, to give you some examples. Okay, so the next card we have is the Queen of Discs. And this to me is symbolizing that it's almost necessary to put these pieces together for you, because it completes the picture. Because the moon is here and the Five of Discs and the information that is cloudy to you, and it's like you have to figure it out in order to make it work. Once you have these pieces put together, it's like you need evidence. I keep hearing evidence of something. I still feel there's some reporting going on here. Looking for evidence, maybe you're in law, maybe you're a lawyer and you're building for your case. But it's along those lines, like building for something. If you are not in that type of profession, it's like you need that evidence from the past to make a solid case for the future. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what else that would mean for someone. And I'm not getting it right at this moment, so it's not meant to come out at this moment. Okay, so we just got two cards that went flying out of the deck. Actually, 3 cards. So it's only a 9-card spread, so there's a bonus card in here. We've got the 3 of Cups. We have the 7 of Discs and the Ace of Discs in this order. Great. Okay, so 3 of Cups. You're gonna find the clarification you need, and it's gonna make you feel alive. So if it's clarification in your job, in your career, based on finding the information that you need, discovering something that you didn't know, going back to historical things or information that maybe was in the past. And you know, if you are looking for a job right now, there could be an email that you missed that gave you some information on a potential position. So take a look at that right now. And I believe right now Mercury is in retrograde as I'm recording this. So take a look at historical emails. You might have missed something that has an opportunity that still hasn't been filled. It's discovering things that you weren't aware of before. Then you've got the 7 of Discs, and this came up a few weeks ago, but it's tying it all together, like the missing piece for you to figure out how to move forward and the choices that you must make. Now that you've gathered some information or found out things that you weren't aware of, you will find that having this extra information, it may even be like data of something. So if you're in a research project with some data that you need to uncover to help you make a case, you're going to feel complete. But I'm also hearing this right now, that for some of you, all of this that I'm saying that you'll uncover and get information for, whether it's in regards to work, a love relationship, you have to get past this 5 of discs in order to move forward. So you have to build that strength within you to know that you have the capabilities to make that happen. And this reading is to say, yes, you do, but you have to believe it. And you have to believe that you have enough where you stand, but it's not maybe where you want to go. Now, if it's in a relationship, it's not enough for you right now, where it is in your relationship. But in order to make it enough, you have to sit with yourself through, like I said, meditation, walking outdoors, taking a bath, smelling essential oils, whatever makes you centered, and uncover something that you need to, and it may be within yourself. So when I had said you might find some information that you weren't aware of, it could be in regards to yourself and maybe some deep-rooted emotions that you hold that you weren't aware of before. So pay attention to that, because after you can complete this and move forward in that new place of strength, you're going to find that you have more choices. You have more choices, and now you can pick and choose which way you want to move. So feeling like, yes, here I am, I'm enough. Whether it's a work relationship, a love relationship, I am enough. But I do have the choice, once I get the strength to know that I can do more, I can move forward. I'm hoping that makes sense. And then Ace of Discs to finalize the reading, which says new opportunities. Ace of Discs, new opportunities monetarily. You may get a new job out of this. So if it is work related, that's what could happen from this, is getting a new job, a new foundation. If you're coming from the 5 of Discs where you're not feeling enough, or you can't figure out what it is that makes you important, or the values that you have like underneath that might be keeping you back from opportunities, might be keeping you back from love, this Ace of Discs says if you can do all of this work, if you can really dig in and get the information you need, again, it could be looking at your past, it could be looking at your family line, it could be looking at genealogy, whatever it is, be determined in that to get the information you need. If it's in a love relationship and there's something that's just not sitting right with you, dig deeper. You know, go through your emails together and whatever information, because I'm feeling it's information and it has to do with history. So you have to kind of go back a little bit and kind of like think about things that happened in the past, and then find the place within you to figure it out. And once you're going to have that, like, okay, I get it, and now I have all the information I need, now I can make the choice I need, whether it is to stay in a relationship, to go in a relationship. And I mean that by work relationship, love relationship, whatever relationship you have, you will have the information you need and you'll be able to make that choice. But right now I don't feel that you're there yet. You need more information. All right, so now I am going to move to each of the zodiac signs and clarify this for each of the zodiac signs. And I'm using the Japordize Tarot for this. And we're going to start off with Aries. Let me just center for Aries. How is Aries manifesting their changes, their information they need? How do they move forward? And forward in what? If you can tell me that. Okay, oh, Aries, you got the 8 of Fire, and I'm laughing because it's actually a volcano, and if you saw the way the card just spewed from the deck all by itself, you'll understand. It's pretty funny. though for you, it is something that has been building up and building up and building up within you. And Aries, you're ready to let it go. You're ready to have the conversation that you need to have. Once you have all this information, have the conversation. If it's with a work relationship, maybe there's something that you need to talk to your superior, to a colleague. Maybe you've been having some kind of issue where you're not quite sure why something has happened, and you're gonna find the information you need. Once you have that, you're going to be able to say what you need to say. If it's in a love relationship and maybe your partner has been acting funny, or things have been going funny, or you're not feeling good enough for some reason, and the behavior is not right, you're going to find the information you need to help you move forward in that relationship and make the choice, should I stay or should I go? But you will have that conversation, and you will be able to come to a place where you're going to decide to know what to do. All right, so now we're going to go on to Taurus and see what we got for Taurus. Taurus. Yep, these cards. In Taurus, you got 2 cards. They both want to come out. And you've got the 6 of Gardens and the Jester of Gardens. And for you, Taurus, this is, it's actually interesting because I feel like this whole scenario here of, finding the information, I feel like for some of you, it's almost like you didn't realize what happened in the past means so much to you now in the future, or in the present. I should say the present and in the future. I feel like you might be making amends with someone. Now, as I said, it was going back to family relationships. Possibly you might make amends with a love relationship. I feel like it's making amends and being in a good place about it. So for you, it's coming from your heart to theirs. And if it's in a work relationship, I feel like for you, it's almost like you're gonna come to a place where, I don't know how to explain this, but you're going to come to a place where in your job, maybe there was some kind of disconnect with either a colleague or a boss, but you were looking at your team or your work and you weren't connecting with it. But something is going to happen, or you're going to find information, or somebody's going to bring up something in the past for you that's going to make it all clear of what happened there. Because I feel like there might have been a situation for you that just didn't make sense. Now it's going to make sense for you. And you're going to be able to go forward and make that choice, but it's going to be your choice. And you're going to feel good about it too. All right, so now we're moving on to Gemini. Gemini, you want this card, Justice. Okay, Gemini, so this I'm going to go back to if it is a reporter, if you are a reporter looking for information, because right away I felt like, or a researcher, or trying to research something, because you're uncovering all this information. There's something that you know that you need to find out, and this is so true to Gemini. It's the information that helps propel you forward. You need the correct information, and you need all the data, you need the history, and there's some not truth in whatever situation that is. So if you're working on a story, or you're working on a project at work, you're gonna feel good because there's something that maybe people thought, nah, you don't know what you're doing, but you do know what you're doing. And you're going to prove it to them. I feel like for Geminis, you're going to prove. If it's your love partner that's telling you, no, you're not good enough, no, that's not going to work for you, because you're going to show them with information, facts, data, that is the case, and you're going to feel really good about it. So that's awesome. So you're going to put all the pieces together, Gemini, and you're going to move forward feeling really good about that. All right. So now we're going to move on to Cancer. Cancer, what do we got going on for you, Cancer? This one. Two of Fire. So Cancer, you're looking at your life going forward and the success that you're going to have in life. So for you, it could be all about your job, your career, how you see your life moving forward, and the choices, because I'm directed to the Seven of Discs. What choices are important for you? And really trying to uncover what's happening to you right now in regards to the success of your life, overall success, and your actual journey through life. And how is that resonating for you? And what information that you need to uncover to find out what road is going to take you to where you want to go. Because I feel like Cancer, you know where you want to go. I feel like you see it really clearly. And you just need to know how you're going to get there and be confident. It's more for you about the journey, about the road there. Because I feel like you already know what the end result is. And that, again, when I say it could be work, it could be relationship, it's you know where you want to end up. So if it is relationship, you know where you want to end up in your relationship. You know what that final stage looks like, but how are you going to get there? Same thing with work, career, and life's focus. All right, so now we're going to move on to Leo. Let's see what we get for Leo. Leo, you got Fortune. Another beautiful card there, but this is all about something surprising you in your life for your best interest, and you're not going to see it coming. But I feel like for you, Leo, you're going to be buried in believing, in learning to believe in what you know is true. If this is in regards to work, you are going to just take the steps and you're going to just put your head down and get to work, because you're going to know that if you do X, Y, Z, you're going to end up on the other side. And that's what's going to happen, is your due diligence of just putting your head down, nose to the grindstone, getting down to business and making the right steps. Some opportunity is going to come to you to prove to you that everything that you just did, that's what you needed to do. So for me, you're not going to see the glory of it all as you're going through this, nose to the grindstone, just one step in front of the other, and just keep going, because you're going to find that whatever these steps that you do along the way are going to show up in a bigger way in the future. It's good. And the same thing for relationship. You know, if you have to have the hard talk, or you have to, you know, go through your life with, okay, I have a partner, I have to do X, Y, Z. In a relationship, I have to think of the other person, I have to do the work. So for you, Leo, it's all about doing the work to getting the benefit of that. All right, so now we're going to move on to Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? Virgo, Eight of Gardens. Virgo, for you, this is all about an idea that you may have that you might be a little gun shy of at first. But for you, it's just fine-tuning whatever skills that you have, taking it to the next level to prove that you can start this new thing, going to the Ace of Discs. In order to do that, you have to really, and you know, for you, Virgo, it may be easy because it's that fine details that comes naturally to you. So if you have to pull this information together, if you have to really, if you're an artist, because I'm seeing some of you may be artists, really fine-tuning the work that you're doing to be able to present it in a new way, and know that you have what it takes to make a success from whatever project you're working on. Again, it's the same if it goes for a relationship. You need to really look at the nitty-gritty of the relationship dynamics for you. And this could be, again, work or love relationships. All right, so now we're going to go on to Libra. See what we have going on for Libra. And Libra, you got the Nine of Gardens. So Libra, I feel like for you, this process for you is almost magical. And I feel like there's part of you that is really looking at the magical aspects of this journey of uncovering the greatness that you have within yourself. You might be doubting yourself and finding that way forward of knowing who you are and believing who you are in spite of everything everybody has said to you. You know, you're learning to eliminate that. But for you, it's like coming home. It's feeling blessed. It's feeling like, yes, I'm finished with this. My guides brought me right to the Ten of Wands. I'm finished with this. I now need to move forward. But you're getting to that place where you can actually say, yes, I'm finished with this. And again, when I say this broadly, I mean it can apply to how it applies in your life, whether that's work, relationship, etc. But you see what you see and you know what you know. I know that sounds kind of silly actually when I just said it, but that's what my guides just told me. If that makes sense to you. All right, so now we're going on to Scorpio. And Scorpio, you got Temperance. Scorpio, for you, I feel this resistance here with, oh, do I have to do all that? Do I have to do that? I really don't want to take these steps. I know I have to do this research. I know I have to take these steps. I know that something is not right here. The moon is coming up for me strongly as you know something is not right and you can feel it. And this is telling me that you know that, but you're not so sure that you want to take the time and go through all these steps. Like for me, I feel this heaviness of, okay, you know, can I take a shortcut? Is there any way that I can, you know, just not go through the work? No, sorry, you gotta do it. You gotta go through the work, and that's the only way you're gonna be able to start this new thing and have these choices that you need to have. All right, so now we're gonna go on to Sagittarius. Yep, no, 2 cards for you, Sagittarius. And you got you got War, and you got the 5 of Tides. So for you, Sagittarius, I don't know, and again, I'm seeing something specific happening in regards to relationship here, where there's something that has been said, there's something that needs to change. Maybe you just changed a relationship, maybe you just ended a relationship, or a relationship has ended, not by your wanting, and feeling like, where do I move forward? And that for you is starting with the 5 of Discs. So pay attention to that card, because you have to remember that sometimes people are not necessarily in the same place in life. And for you, it's finding out that even though it may not be the right place for the other person at this moment, it doesn't mean that it has to do with who you are and what you have to offer in the relationship. So I was given that message as soon as I pulled these cards, so I need to say it. It's very specific, but I feel like that's happening. The other thing for you is could be an internal battle happening here, going deep within, again, trying to figure out what it is that you need to do and find out in your life to help you move forward. I feel like for you, it might be a little bit rocky right now, because it's you have to have a breakdown before you have a breakthrough. And I feel like you're on that cusp of, okay, I'm ready. I have to, like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. And you're at this level here where you have to kind of dip below in order to come up above. So change is happening for you, Sagittarius. Definite changes, and some of these changes I'm feeling may not be to your liking at first, but you're going to find out that they were for your best interest. And again, when I say relationships, I mean both work and love relationships. And I'll try to clarify for each if I can for you all. So now we're going to go on to Capricorn. And Capricorn, you got the Death card. Now, please do not freak out. Everybody freaks out with this Death card. I've had some clients tell me to remove the card from the deck before a reading. And I did a video on this Death card a few years back. I think I still have it on my channel. I took a lot of videos down on my channel, but if I have it, I'll put a link to it here. But the Death card is actually, I look at that as a gift card. And people want to take death literally, but it's all about transformation for you, Capricorn. For you, it's all about the new beginnings, but in order to have a new beginning, you have to kind of, whatever's not working for you anymore has to just go by the wayside. And for you, the Ten of Wands comes up for me to say, you know what, you've been working really hard at something, and I feel like it's almost too hard. And it's almost like realizing that you're a square peg in a round hole or something like that, whether it has to do with your job or a relationship. You've been working hard at it. You might have discovered something that you didn't know of before. And again, in either relationship. And for you, that's going to be a transformational thing, because you know, sometimes when we find information that we didn't have before, it kind of puts us in a new space. And so with that new information, we're going to get clarity and be ready to, you know, make the choices of the Seven of Discs and start something that resonates with you in this moment. All right, so that's Capricorn. And now we're going to Aquarius. Aquarius, you got the Stranger of Gardens. And for you, Aquarius, I feel like for you, and I'm sort of feeling like, in a way, a little bit like I did last, and I think it was last week, still that remnant of, haha, like I still hear it, but I hear it in a way that you now have facts or you've done some research to prove. I feel like for you, Aquarius, is something you're trying to prove, and I feel that energy is still existing. So it may be a longer energy that's happening for you, but I feel like you're doing your due diligence and finding the information to back up whatever it is that you're proposing. And if it's work, you may be proposing something and a project, and people don't believe you, or people think, nah, that can't be done. You're going to prove them wrong. But you're willing to do the work. I feel like with you, Aquarius, you're willing to do the work, get the information, uncover what needs to be uncovered, to be able to say, hey, look, yours is good, but mine is good too. And we can make the choice. And if it's in a relationship, because I heard we can make the choice together, there could be a relationship. We can make the choice together. But it can also be in work as well. All right, so now we're moving on to the last sign of Pisces. This card wants to come out. And Pisces, you got this Six of Ties. So for you, Pisces, this is a playful energy. This is, to me, this goes right to that family situation I was talking about, where you may uncover a relative through a genealogy program that maybe you send in your sample and found out that you have a relative you weren't aware of, because it's talking to me about the past and the family ties to that past. So the information you're uncovering could be a family-related matter. Could involve the family too. So if there's something that maybe you felt, if some of you, if you were adopted or you feel like you don't belong, because my guides brought me right to the Five of Discs. If you felt for some reason you don't belong, or you're not sure where you belong, maybe you found out you were adopted, or you found this new piece of information, and you're taking the chance of going through this information and looking up your past and doing the research so that you can move forward knowing that you do belong and you find somewhere that you do belong. And it's not to say that maybe where you are is not your, your blood family, say you're not adopted, but there's something inside of you that says, I need to find out more information. I have to go looking back to find out how I fit in this scenario here. And with you, I feel like it's tied to family and family lineage specifically. So that was very direct. So that may only apply to one of you out there, but it's what I got. It's what they're giving me right now. So great reading, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.